right, grammar friends, today we're looking at 240 and 241 in our grammar workbook. Now, this is a review. We're taking a quick break from adjectives and adverbs, and we're going to remind ourselves really quickly of our rules of comma usage. So how do we use a comma in a date, in an address, in a friendly letter, in a series? We're going to do a quick reminder of those just at the end of this chapter here for us. So make sure you have your page in front of you. There's quite a few rules at the top, so I'm going to go over those in the box, and then we're going to practice. And this page I'm actually going to do, the front and the back with you, because the way that they have formatted this, it's a little bit confusing because we're just practicing in individual sentences, so sometimes it can be tricky to kind of figure out what they're talking about in the sentence. So I'm going to do the front and the back with you today. So you are welcome if you want on your own. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can pause the video after I do the front half, try the back half on your own, and then check your answers with me. Or if you're a little unsure, you can just work through it with me. So we're going to jump into the workbook page. Make sure you have it in front of you and something to write with. We're going to look at 241. I'm going to go quickly through the yellow box at the top. This is just a review for us. So the first review that we have is commas in a series. So remember, we use the commas to separate the words, and we always use a comma before and. We don't need it after and before the last word in the series. So depends on what type of series it might be, nouns, verbs, or adjectives, but always we do it after the first one and the second one, and then in these cases there are three. We don't need it after we say and. The next time we use commas is we use it when we write the date. So we have the month and the day, then the comma and the year. This should be familiar for us. We do this in the classroom every day. So they gave us the example of January 25th, comma, 2005. And then I gave you an example of today's date, April 29th, comma, 2020. The next time that we use them is when we're using time-ordered words. So this is like in our writing when we're saying first this happened, then and next, that kind of thing. Please make a note that we usually don't use a comma for then and now. So we're going to use it with words like first, second, third, finally. So they gave you the example, they gave you the example, finally, comma, the car came to a stop. I gave you another example, first, comma, I woke up. Remember, this should be really familiar because we just did this last week. We use commas in dialogue. So after a person's name when we're speaking to someone, and then to mark that the end of someone speaking inside of the quotation marks. And then they gave us a quick review on how we use commas in friendly letters. So after our greeting, after our closing, and then in the address and the date. So I'm going to do the guided practice on the front. My suggestion is that after I do that, you pause the video, do the back on your own, and then come back to see if you were correct. If you're really not feeling confident at all, though, after I do the guided practice, you can just work through the independent practice with. We saw crocodiles, alligators, and snakes at the reptile farm. So I have commas in a series. I'm going to do it after crocodiles, after alligators. I don't need another one here after the word and. Dear Mrs. Armstrong. So this would be a letter. So it's going to go after the name. I need a new pencil, Carlos said. So remember, this is the quote. So I'm going to put it inside of the quote at the end of the words before the end quotation marks. Next, the alarm sounded. So this is my time-ordered word. So it goes after next. The campers ate, swam, and played games. So it's my series, after ate, after swam. I don't need one after and. And then the last one, I have a date, August 19th, 2007. So I have month, day, comma, then the year. So if you want to pause it, try the back on your own, and then come back and see. So the back, they have quite a lovely picture for us of a very happy baby. He probably loves doing grammar as much as you guys do. The first one, the comma should come after the city. So we have Perryton, Texas. You should have picked the second one. On number 2, we have a series. The baby cried, ate, and slept. We need 2 commas, so it should have been the first one. Number 3, we have a time order word, so it should come after second, so we're choosing the first one. Second, place the seed in the ground. The next section, we just have to add them in where we need it. The first one, number 4 was the date, so it should come after 23. Number 5, that's a closing in a letter, so it should come after friend. Number 6 is a quotation mark where someone is talking to someone else, so we need it after the person they're talking to, so it should come after Steve. Number 7 is commas in a series again, so we need it after London and after Chicago. Number 8, we have time-ordered words, which should come after first. Now, the next part, they had a paragraph for us, and there were 8 missing commas in the story. So we had to read it and decide where they went. So I'm going to read it quickly here for us and show you where I added my commas. Ryan is going to visit his grandparents in New York this summer. He leaves on June 12th, 2004. So I added one there. We have the date. So month, day, comma, year. His grandparents will pick him up at the airport. First, they will eat at a restaurant. So there was a time order word, so I added one there. Ryan hopes the restaurant serves tacos, pizzas, or hamburgers. So commas in a series, added 2 there. Ryan's grandfather will take him fishing, hiking, and swimming during his visit. I added 1 after fishing, 1 after hiking. His grandparents will take him to watch fireworks on the 4th of July. Finally, comma, our time-ordered word, he will fly home on July 5th, 2004. So July 5th, day or year, day, month. This is confusing even for me, guys. I'm getting all jumbled up. Month, day, comma, then the year. So hopefully you got all those. If not, you can absolutely go back and change them. Then I would like for you to do the apply and write. You're writing a sentence using nouns in a series to tell what you like to do during the summer, and then show me your commas correctly. If you have any questions, let me know.